Hi there, this is Jack Waitz with my good friend Björn Berg, who probably have the best private track and field museum in the world, and I'm very proud that he has taken care of a lot of the stuff that Greta has won over the years, and he has some tremendous memorabilia from the whole world here, and it's a private thing financed by him and done a great job.
Well, Björn, when did you begin?
I think I began in 1978.
And just a passion, athletics, just a big passion of yours?
Oh yeah, that's his passion. His track and field, that was his life. Is his life.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's take a look. We begin with something of Greta right here. What is this, Jack and
It's
Björn?
a framed poster that Adidas made after her win in Helsinki in '83. And that's Greta's own book, Run Your Own Marathon, and signed by Greta to Björn. And that's the medal from the New York City Marathon when they have Greta's image on it.
There we go. All right, let's walk down this hall. It's just very impressive.
Yeah,
Björn?
it is impressive. It's from all areas and from all times, to put it that way. Some history and old stuff. A lot of nice personal things.
Newspapers and clippings
Oh yeah,
and uniforms. And here's the whole Greta wall.
yeah, it's a great wall. It's I'm happy that he has put this together. It's very nice. A lot of memories.
Jeg fikk jo bildene av deg. Ja.
Yeah. So he got a lot of these photos from me. This is a pretty unique photo. I haven't seen too many of it. Sebastian Coe, Greta, Pelé, and Eamon Coughlin doing something for United Nations way back.
And there's, of course, Greta with President Ronald Reagan.
Yeah, the first visit. She was in the White House twice, and that's the first visit. And this is from the second visit.
And down below with Rod Dixon and Fred Lebow.
And an old photo from way back, European, or that, at least that's probably from 1970 with Ingrid Christiansen and Greta.
Mm-hmm. And then here's a just delightful picture of Fred Lebow and Greta. That was their friendship right there.
Oh yeah, that shows.
You could really show it wasn't a business arrangement, it was a friendly thing all the way. And then there's Greta in her traditional Norwegian dress.
Yes, and it's from the
Orlando.
Epcot Center in Orlando.
With the second of the Greta Waitz statues.
That's a copy of the statue in from Bislett Stadium in Oslo. Yes.
All right, let's.
In Norwegian church.
Mm-hmm. So let's move on down. And if you see something, Bjorn, that you think is very important, you let us know. Look, whole back wall of medals and cups.
I would see a lot of these things are worthwhile seeing for a lot of people, and this is unique too. You know, this is a Norwegian shoemaker called Range. His shoes, 10 world records were set in his shoes, and this is from the 30s and the 40s. And
let's not tell our friends from Adidas.
we won't.
And tell me about this bench here, Jack.
This bench is made in connection with the 25th anniversary for Bislett Games, and some of the world record holders that has been set on Bislett Stadium are signed by them, and the bench is actually made by a very famous Norwegian athlete, Birger Ruud, who was a legend in ski jumping, and he made the bench. And with the recently events just happening, he and Grete is the only athletes in Norway that has been buried on state, having a state funeral.
And then here's some of these newspapers from long ago.
And he's called a sportsman. So in Norway at that time we had sports-only papers. Unfortunately, not anymore.
Jeg har 200.
He has 200 copies of different from different areas.
And Bjorn, do you have like people all over the world that
Yes.
are like people who go exploring for pieces for your museum?
All over the world.
Yeah, he's getting help from a lot of people, and
What don't you have that you would most like to have? What piece of artifact or what?
Hva syns du nå at det er det beste, eller?
No, I think he is asking, what do you really miss here? And I know what you're missing.
What do you want that you don't have?
Hva vil du ha som liker?
Oh, he's many. I have sometime I have people help me to the shoes from Boston. Is with no giving me them. So this is a big thing.
What do you think? Shoes from?
Nei, ikke Boston, men Beeman.
Bob Beeman.
Rob
Bob Beeman, yes.
You would like the shoes of Bob Beeman from the 29-foot jump in Mexico
it's
City.
Very big things. I think so.
The Holy Grail.
Yes.
Huh.
All right, let's move on here. We will get the message to Bob Beeman. Well, here's a painting, Jack.
Yeah, it's a big painting.
I know I have to back up.
That Greta's club, Vidar, gave to her way back. And
It was
fortunately we had to tell them, where are we going to put that painting? So we knew that we had to find somebody that we knew would take care of it, and that's Björn. And you see Greg is running and Fred is watching, and that's supposed to be me before I started to color my hair. And
It's hard to recognize you, of course.
yes.
And then, of course, there's another picture painting. It's in the light incorrectly by the same artist. I have to get in the right.
It's a gift from Greta's club, Vidar, as you can see, and that painting was on our wall until recently, when we moved to a smaller apartment, and it couldn't be placed at a better place than at Björn's, so we know it's safe there.
And Jack, I see not only this this caricature of Greta, but down below that is a wonderful picture of her in cross-country action, and of course she was a 5-time world champion. Do you remember where that picture was?
That's her first win in Glasgow in 1978.
And it sort of established the way that she won those world championships too, doesn't it? She's already got a big lead and extending it all the way to the finish.
She won those 5 championships with an average of 25 seconds, and International Track and Field Federation actually voted her as the best cross-country runner ever in the female division.
Of course, Greta was a champion in cross, on the track, the roads, and then the full marathon distance, of course. Of all of those, which one would you say, A, that she loved best, and which one do you think she was best at?
She was probably a better track runner than a marathon, to be honest. And but she was planning to retire, and she just found marathon as a coincidence, and she loved it. But she had a lot of good years on the track before she started on the marathon.
Of course, she had a personal best of just over 4 minutes flat in the 1500, 7:31.
8:31.
8:31 rather, in the 3,000 meters.
Yeah.
Both are still Norwegian national records. Based on those kind of track credentials, which event, the 5 or the 10, probably would have been her best?
Yeah, if you had come a little earlier, because she didn't really, at her time, she didn't feel that the 10 and the 5 on the track was too important, but it was brand new events, and she moved over to marathon actually when that happened.
But the 5 and the 10 might have been actually her best events.
Oh yeah, I mean, I still remember her 10Ks in Central Park in the early 80s when she ran 31 flat. So yeah, she could have run fast.
And then down below the picture, we also have these whole catalog of medals. And what do those represent?
That's some of her gold medals from Norwegian Championship. I think she has 33 or 34 of them. I'm not quite sure. But as I said, she had a long track career before she started to do the roads.
And it's amazing. And then again, once again, we have a whole case of cups and plaques and plates and medals. And what a great job Bjorn has done. And what are those shoes? And that singlet down below?
The singlet is probably the singlet she wore in the World Championship in '83 when she was the first world champion ever. Because marathon for women was the first event of that championships, which was the first track and field world championship.
And it's just one great shot after another. One of the, as you're saying, one of the great private collections in all the world. And then what is this boot here, Jack?
That's Egil Danielsen Olympic gold in Melbourne, 1956, with those shoes.
Javelin?
Javelin through 85-71 in his last throw of that championship.
That still stands right up, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, very talented.
Well, just look at it all. If you ever have a chance to come to Lillestrom, Norway, not far outside Oslo, you'll find Bjorn's Hall of Fame in many ways. Just one of the great track and field museums in the world. Bjorn, give us a wave. We say thank you for this great visit to your museum. Hopefully we will send some people your way to come and visit as well. They're welcome?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He will take care of them.
Jack, Jack, say goodbye and thank you for your leadership here.
Thank you, sir.